Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Overcome Yourself. As you know, this is Nicole and we've got so many exciting things coming up. We took a summer break. The month of July, we didn't post any new podcast episodes, but that is because I say we because I've been interviewing so many amazing people over the last few weeks. So we've been getting ready. I don't know if you've noticed, but we did a total rebrand of the Overcome Yourself podcast. And I've also released officially, I've opened up my Facebook group for entrepreneurs, and I'm so excited about it. So it's called the Chill Spot for Entrepreneurs. And I am helping freelance freelance entrepreneurs and online business owners run amazing and profitable websites so they can focus on chilling. So it is called the Chill Entrepreneur Spot. And this was something that I've set out to do since like the beginning of the year, was really to get this right, because I did want to have an area for entrepreneurs like myself who are working on themselves and focusing on self-development, and they are really good at something. They're really good at doing whatever it is that they love doing, and they want to have a website, but they don't really want to hire someone to do it because they want to know how it works. That was my mission when I started off. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my website, but I wanted to figure it out. And so I fell on my face and I learned, the hard way how to build a website, what to do, what pages you needed, what's the difference between a page and a post, and through all that learning, I learned SEO, I got certified through Lyrical Courses, and I want to help other entrepreneurs who are on that journey, of figuring out what they want to do, or they know what they want to do, and they just want to get their message out into the world. Having a website doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive. You've just got to there's a few very simple concepts to learn and understand, and when you implement them, you can make your website rock. So, the first level of building up your website is setting up the proper foundations for SEO, setting up the proper foundations for traffic, right? Because before you can make sales, before you can make a bunch of money, before you can implement the things that you actually want to do, you've got to have an audience, right? So the first step is going to be building a foundation for generating traffic to your website, because traffic is what makes the magic happen, right? It doesn't matter how cute your website is, how beautiful, how functional it is, if nobody can find it. And that's kind of the realization I came to. And when I was building websites, the focus really wasn't on that. It was more on how pretty can we make this website? But it was kind of empty. There was like an emptiness to it, and I didn't want to just set up websites for people and be like, here, good luck. There has to be a way of doing this correctly. And that became, my mission, because I want to have a website. And the reason that I want to have a website is so I can have a life. We became entrepreneurs because we got sold the dream of having time and money to actually live our lives, to enjoy this world, this beautiful, abundant world that we live in. And so if you're stuck, for 20 hours a day trying to figure out the right theme for your website, or you are spending, an inordinate amount of time creating content for your website and nothing is happening, like that sucks, and that defeats the purpose, and that makes you want to go back and get a job and be like, this shit doesn't work. And the only problem is that everyone's told you to do SEO, but no one's actually told you how to do it. It's a very generalized concept. Like Esther is a doctor, right? One of the things we were talking about is, wasn't it different when you were in medical school, when you were reading about something in the textbook versus when you got in front of a patient and now you had to cut them open and do this, right? Like, it was a different experience. And she's like, yeah, like, like, it's one thing to see a picture, right? But it's another thing to take a scalpel and open someone up and then remember those pictures and remember the things that you learned that, there's so much that goes into it. And it's kind of like when you're trying to build a website, like, you watch these videos and you kind of understand the theory of it, but like, how the hell do you actually implement that? You need keywords, but how the hell do you find them? And then what do you do with the ones you do find? Like, how do you know which ones are good? Those were questions that I had that I stumbled across. And the reality of the situation is, it doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter if you're a blogger or a service-based business or an e-commerce business. There are certain foundational things that are going to be the same. Understanding, setting up a niche in its own way. I don't think I do niching down kind of the way that everyone else does it. But if you don't have some kind of general focus, right? How are people going to find you? They're not going to, you don't know. How can you put yourself in front of people and you don't know who they are? And there are things about yourself. This is a huge thing that I learned from Rachel Peterson. Like, niching down doesn't have to be hard. You are already niched down. It's not about creating a niche. It's just about figuring out what your niche already is and then leaning into it. Because one of the things she says is, like, just being who you are, you're already attracting and repelling people. So just the fact that I'm a woman is going to attract or repel you. So just the fact that I am Latina, like my mom was Cuban, that could either attract or repel you, right? And there's nothing I can do to create those things. Like, those things are already in me. And so all I've got to do is lean into them and say, hey, I'm a first generation American on my mom's side. If that's awesome to you, if you relate to that, if you want to be a business owner like that, come join me. And you know what? If you don't like that, bye, stay away, right? So in a way, like, you've already kind of got your own niche, and nobody's ever just sat down with you and maybe talk to you about it. And one of the things that I love doing with my clients is helping them find that clarity and just asking them very simple questions on figuring out, who are you talking to? I love in a 1 hour session that we go from, like, they're so confused and, like, you just see it that they're just looking and it's just like a big cloud of ideas and it's a fog. And then we just start talking through it. I ask them certain questions and there's like this clarity. There is, like, you see this, like, this brightness in their eyes. And you know what? I needed this too. When in this whole first half of the year, that's the mission that I went on, is how do I find my people? And I finally hired a coach. It took me, the whole first half of the year. But I really wanted to do some research because, I've hired some coaches and I just didn't, I guess I didn't understand and I didn't get what I wanted from them. So I wanted to make sure that I was reaching out to a coach who was able to, who was doing what I wanted done, right? Because if you have a mentor, you want to have someone who's doing what you want to do, right? Like right? That makes sense. And so I finally did this power hour call with Rachel, and we're going to talk a little bit more about her. And that's exactly what she did for me. She helped me find clarity, and that's where the new Facebook group name came from. It was that conversation with her. It was those questions that she asked me, because guess what? We all need coaches sometimes, right? And so I kind of do that with my clients too. It's funny because sometimes your gift doesn't work on yourself, right? But just having that conversation with her, it led to clarity, and clarity led to me being able to hit the gas, because once you know where you're going, it's a lot easier. You can get there a lot more quickly, right? If you know the exit that you have to get on is like exit 100 and you're in exit 1, you can chill because it's not, you don't have to be watching every single exit you pass by because you've got 100 exits to go by, right? Like when you're driving on the highway. So this is kind of the same idea. Like when I didn't have my focus idea, when I didn't have my foundation, I couldn't run traffic to my website because I couldn't go fast enough, right? I didn't know where I was going, and so I was checking every exit. Do I need to stop here? And those are like really annoying drivers on the highway, right? So don't do that with your business either. You want clarity so you could hit the gas and go find your people and get where it is that you're trying to go. So when you are building the foundations of your website, these are the things that are going to have to come out. Like, one of the simple questions that I ask my clients, when they're feeling kind of frazzled, one of the places that we start is, does your ideal, client, do they prefer coffee or tea? And because there's a distinction, right? There is a lot of people who are diehard coffee fans, like, and then there's some people who are tea fans. So if you tried to talk to me about drinking tea, I'm out the door. I don't like tea. I don't understand tea. I've never drank it. And so I'm a coffee girl all the way. And, I mentioned I'm Cuban. I drink Cuban coffee, which is a lot stronger than a lot of the stuff that, at least the one from Miami, that's out there. But you start talking to me about drinking tea, you've lost me. That's like a whole different language to me. Like, that's not me. And so asking kind of those questions is going to help you narrow down whatever that niche. I don't want to say niche because there's like such a connotation with it, but it's kind of what we're doing, but we're not doing it the regular way. We're doing it more the Rachel Peterson way. Okay. And so understanding those foundations for generating traffic, because once you generate traffic, once you build a community, then that's where you can start creating income from that. That's where you're going to have an audience of people that you could provide solutions for, right? That's how you can, if you're a blogger and you make ad income, you definitely need traffic. You need eyeballs on those ads so that you could be making money, right? So your website needs to have strong foundations so that SEO can be, so that traffic, can be found, so that Google can put your stuff in front of people that are already looking for it. And then it's like this art, right? Because you've got to get it in front of people and they've also got to want to click on it. So it's like this beautiful dance that you're doing to make sure that Google sees you and make sure that it's enticing enough for the actual people to want to click on it, right? And that can be really confusing. Like, I'm talking about it and you're like, whoa, right? So what I love that my clients tell me is how I help them simplify SEO. So I kind of got to talk generally because there are so many different businesses and I can't give everyone the same advice, for the most part. There are things that are going to be the same, and I'm actually working on, I'm going to be releasing a webinar. So I'm going to be opening up registration for a webinar where we're going to go through and we're going to set up some of those foundations. Like, these are the things that all the clients that I've sat down with recently, I've talked to about. And so I know that there are things that there's a lot of entrepreneurs that these are the issues that they're having. These are the stumbling blocks that I'm coming across with these clients. And so I want to help you guys to avoid those stumbling blocks and just get to the good part, the making money part, the having an audience part. There's a lot going on next month. August is going to be an explosive month, and I hope that you guys are going to be a part of this with us. Now, keep in mind, August is back to school month, which means routines are coming back, which means that there's going to be a lot more screen time happening. People are going to be on social media again. They're not on vacation anymore. Everything's kind of getting back in focus. And so August is a great month to have your stuff set up, to be advertising on social media, to be, getting traffic to your website. And we've also got Christmas coming up. Christmas, the holidays, I guess since I'm in Miami, that's what we celebrate. But no matter what you're celebrating, we've got the holiday season coming up. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got New Year's coming up. And right now is the time to be prepping that content. Right now is the time to be making sure that you've got your, whatever you're going to sell. If you're planning on having a Christmas sale, now is the time to be advertising that, guys. People are starting to pay attention to, getting gifts, the decor. So August is an absolutely fantastic month to get traffic, to get things going. Do not waste this opportunity. Now, I've got some events coming up in August. So the registration for my webinar, I'm going to be opening up at the end of August. No, I'm going to be opening up now, and we're going to be doing it at the end of August. Excuse me. But before that, I've got two huge big events that I want to mention here. We've got Rachel's live video palooza coming up. That is going to be the week of August. I'll make sure it's in the notes. I don't want to tell you the wrong date. Off the top of my head, I believe it's the week of August 23rd. And that same week, okay, so what is Live Video Palooza? This is an event that happens in the Rock Your Tribe Facebook group. And Rachel, like I mentioned, she's the one that I did a coaching session with, and she helped me gain clarity on my Facebook group. And she has so many free resources. If you've been wondering about opening up your Facebook group, what to post, how to name it, she's got all these amazing resources inside her group. And I'm kind of working on the same thing for websites. She is my coach, right? And so that week, you've got to register for the live video palooza event, but you will be able to take center stage in her group. If you've never gone live on social media, this is such a great opportunity for you. This is going to be great for building backlinks, right? Because Rachel lets you share your links in the event. This is so you could practice going live if you've never gone live before. This is wonderful. You don't have to go live in front of people that you know, right? Because sometimes we're a little bit scared of that. You have a group of encouraging, amazing entrepreneurs who are going to cheer you on, and they're going to give you tips, they're going to give you advice, and they're just going to give you like this support, the amazing support system, and let you know how much you rock. And we are going to help each other. You're going to be able to sell products, I'm sure. There was so much success in the last live video palooza, and do not make the same mistake I did. Get some clarity and get your live video. It's only 5 minutes that you've got to be speaking for. And you know what? You don't have to be dressed up. You don't have to create like this huge PowerPoint presentation. Last year, I remember the last time they ran this, which I was too chicken to go live. I'm not going to lie. I'm not letting that happen. I'm already registered for this one. I will see you there. But last time we had people pole dancing. There was people playing guitar. There was people doing all kinds of stuff. So do not be shy. Take the opportunity, go live in front of this group. Like, I want to say it's a small group because it's not all of Facebook, millions of people. But you're going to have an audience of about it's 3,000 people in there. So it's a good size audience, but it's not that scary, right? Not everybody's going to be on at the same time. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to join us or watch the live videos as they're going out. You have 3 days, to just really take some breaths and just hit that live button and go. And I'm definitely including the links. I have my affiliate link for the event. It's going to be included in the show notes, and I really hope to see you there. Now, there is another incredible event that's going on that same exact week. And this is with Hamila Bannister. She is hosting a virtual summit. It's also going to be the week of August 23rd. This is totally free. Joining the live video palooza is also free. I will include the link in this as well. And this is going to be just a jam-packed session of training. You are going to get all kinds of experts training you on things. Rachel is actually one of the guest speakers. She's going to be focusing on talking about Facebook groups, and there is an incredible lineup of speakers. They're going to be helping you. I love how she talks about helping you escape the corporate world. So if you've been looking to make the jump really into entrepreneurship, if you're a little bit nervous, if you want to see people who are really doing this in real life. I think what's really cool about this is I've seen Rachel, right, since before she was, the Rock Your Tribe, Facebook groups queen. Like, this is a real life person who I've watched grow, her Facebook group, her business, her branding, and like, she's going to be speaking in this event. And so I know that she's a great expert. I've gotten coaching from her. So if that's any indication of the level and the amazingness of the speakers that are going to be in this event, I think Hamila should be charging for it for sure. Because like this, it's just, you've got to be there with us, right? And something when I used to go to some meetings, one of my coaches used to say, big decisions are made at big events. These are the types, the live video palooza and the virtual summit are the types of events, that are big events, and big decisions are made at big events. So it is imperative that you join us at one or the other, or even both. I'm going to be attending both. And I'd love to see you there with us. So upcoming this season, I guess we'll call it, cause next week, we're gonna start a series of guest interviews. And I am so freaking excited about these guest interviews. The people that I've had the honor, the privilege of interviewing, experts in their fields. I've been talking to coaches. I've been talking to a newsletter specialist. I've spoken to someone who is in the publishing game, and she is a book editor, and she helps authors, set up their platforms so that their book sells. They can pre-sell and they can make amazing, sales with their books to empower, entrepreneurs who want to be authors. We've just got gold dropping. Just today, I did an interview with a gentleman, that is called the Stress Buster. And we talk all about how he helps ambitious women eliminate stress so that they can be like the best that they can be. I am so freaking excited about this series that's coming up. It's just packed with value. Like I mentioned, I've also got my webinar that we're going to be hosting at the end of this month. That's coming up. I will share those registration links as well. And we've just got amazing things coming. So many good things in store for you, for everyone. And we're just going to get ready to finish off this year with a bang, right? And we're getting ready to rock the next year, right? Because New Year's resolutions, guys, those at least here, I don't really focus on New Year's resolutions in December, right? I kind of start looking at that in October, November, December, and I'm getting myself ready for what's coming next year. So we've got to get ready to start wrapping up this year. We've got to make sure that whatever goals we've set, we're about to hit them. We can accomplish the projects, because I love going into the next year knowing that I've got my foundations in place. Things are going strong. And that is the direction that we're heading right now, guys. So we're getting great momentum. Join us in my group, the Chill Entrepreneur Spot. I'm going to be doing free trainings in there every week. So make sure you go in there, ask me your SEO questions, ask me your website questions. If you want me to take a look at your website specifically, you're more than welcome to book a power hour with me. We're doing website audits. I've been having so much fun helping entrepreneurs like you audit your websites, helping you, like, you guys have done such a great job. It's so funny how the women that I've interviewed, they're like, oh, my website sucks. They don't suck, you guys. You guys have done an amazing job figuring these things out and setting them, implementing them. And all the entrepreneurs that I've met with, it's just a few tweaks, and it's incredible. You can't know everything. And I'm not going to get mad at you. If you don't know something, I want to help you get it fixed, so that you can go forward and make some money, because the whole point of this journey is enjoying it, right? We've got to create an income, but the point of the income is so we can enjoy the journey, man, so we can help other people, so we can actually live this life we've been giving it and not just drag through it, right? We don't just want to survive, we want to thrive. And so that's why I'm really excited to be helping you guys with your websites, helping impact more people, because at the end of the day, the more people that can find you, that can find the service, the solution that you're providing, the more help you can be, right? And so that is the wonderful thing about what we're doing here. So get ready for these amazing interviews that are coming up over the next few months. I'm so excited. And if you are interested in being a guest expert with us, please send an email to info@tuxpeeddigital.com. And we'll go ahead and send you a link, so we can see about scheduling a spot, make sure that, we're a good fit for each other and you have something of value to provide my audience. And we'd be more than happy to consider you for a spot, as a guest expert on the Overcome Yourself podcast. So thank you so much. That's it. I'm logging off. I just wanted to let you guys know about the amazing things we have in store. And, right, I will see you in the Facebook group. Don't forget, join us, the Chill Entrepreneur Spot. And don't forget to ask me your SEO questions. I want to help you. I want you to make more money. I want you to help more people. And I want you to be able to chill. So have a great rest of the day. I'll see you soon.